John Eastman, Donald Trump's attorney and author of the infamous coup memo, is withholding 37,000 pages of emails from the January 6th Select Committee. Now, as you'll recall, a couple months ago, Eastman was ordered by a court to turn over a lot of the documents, emails specifically, that he had been claiming executive privilege over. However, that court decision did not apply to each and every one of the documents that Eastman was claiming executive privilege over. The judge told Eastman, you have to go through all the rest of this. You know, I did order these specifically. These have to go to the committee. The rest of these you need to go through specifically and find the ones that you do need to exert executive privilege over, or not executive privilege, excuse me, attorney-client privilege. And then the ones that you don't, of course, we're going to hand them over to the committee. And that's the point we're at now. In 37,000 pages, Eastman says, nope, this is attorney-client privilege. So, of course, the January 6th committee is saying, absolutely not. We're not going to let you withhold 37,000 pages in this investigation where the judge had previously said it's very obvious you and Trump committed crimes. And when criminal activity is suspected, as this judge said he suspects, attorney-client privilege goes out the window in just about every single instance. So this is going to end up having to go back to a judge, most likely the same judge who had heard it last time. And based on the judge's previous ruling, again, where he said, I think Trump and Eastman committed crimes, it's unlikely that it's going to go in Eastman's favor. So as usual, the big question is, what is Eastman hiding? Well, we kind of already know what he's hiding. Because again, the judge made it pretty dang clear that he and Donald Trump likely is the key word, committed crimes with this activity. So how deep do these emails go? Right? What exactly was discussed between these two men and potentially other individuals out there as well? That is the big question. The committee wants to get those answers, but they cannot get those answers if they cannot get their hands on those 37,000 pages of emails. Attorney-client privilege is absolutely absurd in this particular instance. Yes, he was acting as Donald Trump's attorney, but in what capacity? Right? This wasn't a lawsuit. He was basically acting as an informal advisor. You know, Mike Papantonio and I send emails back and forth all the time. That doesn't mean that they're, covered under attorney-client privilege. So I do want to know, and I think that's what the committee needs to argue here, is what specific legal issue was Eastman working on for Donald Trump? What case is this regarding? Because if there's no case, there's no privilege. Just a couple of buddies emailing back and forth, right? Eastman doesn't really have a legal leg to stand on, and it's time for the courts, the judges, everybody to stop letting him have control over this. This is ridiculous. Get the documents, take him back to court this week if you can, because those documents might be the key to finally taking down Donald Trump. This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.